Gene Galin here with the Chatham Journal, Chatham Chat List. I am in the Northwood gym, and I am here with Mr. Vernon, and he is the athletic director for Northwood. And we're standing in front of some fancy kind of equipment. It's Pixelot. If you can read upside down, it's right there. This wasn't here a few days ago. What does this equipment do for you?
So this equipment is going to allow us, with limited capacity this year, for all of our fans and followers in Northwood to watch and stream our games live, or following the game, they can pull up the game and watch it since they're unable to attend in person.
All right, now you got two pieces of equipment up here. You got the main unit, and then you've got the smaller camera. Let's start with the smaller camera. That smaller camera's up there, and what does it do?
So that smaller camera is fixed on the scoreboard. It's going to watch the scoreboard the whole time. So as you're streaming the event, in the bottom left-hand corner, you're going to see the time and the score as the game's being played.
All right, so that camera's going to be focused on that scoreboard over there.
Yes, sir.
All right. So you're going to see that in the bottom of your screen the entire time that you're watching it online. All right. Now here's the big unit here. Tell us about how that works.
So what I've learned through this is there's two cameras, one on each side of the court, and each sport has a certain algorithm that they are able to follow the game, and the program knows when to zoom in, knows when to zoom out. When time stops, they know kind of how to follow the ball and the players. So it's a pretty neat system, and once you sign up to stream the games, you're going to see how advanced the system is and how great the streaming is, as opposed to sitting here in the bleachers.
All right, so it works off an algorithm. I think they refer to it as artificial intelligence.
Yeah.
So basically, once you turn it on and you tell it, hey, it's a volleyball game, the algorithm's going to say, I'm following a volleyball game, and the camera and the computer is going to figure out internally, hey, I need to be able to follow this kind of stuff.
Correct.
And basically, once you set it, it runs. You're not going to need to have any human operation on that thing.
What it does is I put into the schedule in the database what time the game starts, and it automatically turns on when that time happens, and it follows the game till the end. Now, it doesn't shut off right away. It does shut off at a certain time. So you might be watching a game and the game ends, and you might notice that it still keeps on filming.
All right. So if someone happens to be here, they just need to be careful. Now, let's talk about the fact that there is a limit this year as to how many people can be in the crowd. You've already done a video about that.
Correct.
As to the procedure, but the limit is what, 25?
For volleyball, it's 25. For indoor activities right now, it's 25. So essentially what that ends up being, we carry about 12 kids on a volleyball team on JV and varsity. What we've decided is that's 2 parents for each kid. All
right, so those parents will be able to be in here, but folks that can't will need to sign up for this. Let's talk about that. We'll provide the login or the registration site, but what does somebody who's interested in doing need to do, and what's the cost?
So anyone's interested needs to go on the nfhsnetwork.com and look up Northwood and find Northwood High School under Pittsboro, North Carolina. And once you go onto our page, you can subscribe. The cost annually is $69.99. Northwood does get $19.99 of that cost, comes back to our school. The monthly cost is $10.99. Now, with the annual pass, you'll be able to watch all of our games throughout all of our seasons. So if you have a multi-sport athlete, it's probably going to benefit if you buy the annual pass.
All right, so $70 will give me an annual pass that will run through the end of the Northwood High School sports season.
Correct.
The other thing we were checking on before we started this video is it appears that there's also the possibility that if you're on the network, that you can watch other schools that are on the network.
To our knowledge, if you're on the network, you can watch other schools. You can watch your hometown high school if they happen to be on the network. Grandma and grandpa, if they got a subscription, they could watch their grandchild at Northwood or their grandchild who's down in Charlotte.
Right. And I noticed in some other places, like there's a 5K race coming up, and they're encouraging people who are in the risk categories to stay home. So you're not even going to be able to get in here because you're only going to be 25 people in here, and unless you're a parent, you're not coming in here. So
correct.
This is a very good option, not just for fans, but grandparents or just about everybody.
I mean, the NFHS right now, knowing what schools are dealing with COVID, They had a great deal, they had a great price, and we felt at Northwood we couldn't pass it up. But even once we're able to tackle this pandemic in the future, it's going to be a great piece that we have in our athletic department for our grandparents, family and friends who don't live in the state, and everyone's going to really benefit from this.
So you got a global reach. You can be
Right.
anywhere. Military
Right.
service overseas, you can still watch
Right.
it. And how'd you folks decide that this was the thing to go with?
How do we decide?
Yep.
We got information on it. Like I said, it was just too good to be true, the price. And in this day and age with COVID and limited capacity, we felt that the investment was well worth it, and we pulled the switch.
All right, folks. And the first game is next Thursday.
Next Thursday against Southern Durham, JV at 5, varsity at 6.
And both of those games will be broadcast on that.
Correct.
We will be providing information through this. We'll do a follow-up with Coach Vernon.
Yep.
Folks, this is right now the best way to be able to see what's going on here.
Yeah.
If you love Northwood sports, this unless you're the parent of one of the kids, this
Yeah.
is the way to go see it.
And if I could say one thing, follow us on Twitter at Charger Athletes to find out the latest information. We also have a Northwood High School Athletics Facebook page, and also follow our booster club, the NHS BFAA. Follow their Facebook page. They have a website. If you want to contribute through fundraisers, that's one thing we're doing right now, starting the season. Now more than ever, we need local business help and sponsor help and community help to supplement our programs, because we just said we don't have full capacity, and that's generally how we pay for everything, is through gate money and gate receipts. So we're going to need the community and local business help at this time.
Oh, one last benefit, I think we talked about this last week, is not only are you going to get a percentage of the revenue, but you're also getting video copies of the games, aren't you?
We get the coaches and athletic directors get a downloadable copy right after the game, sent directly to our email. So the student athletes are going to have access to that. They can send it off to a college coach right after a game if they're being recruited, and the coach can watch them play. Since again, NCAA rules, there are I still think they're dead until after the new year. So this is really going to be impactful for everything that encompasses high school athletics.
And Northwood just about every year has folks that go on to the next level in
Yes, sir.
college.
Yes, sir.
So folks, not only can you watch the games, not only can you help the group financially, but you can also help the athletes and coaches by subscribing to the service. We will post the links to this. Folks, this is the way we got to do it this year in COVID-19 categories. Let's get this going. We'll have more information. Coach Vernon, thank you very much.